welcome to Homestead Corner. I'm Ginny, and today I've got a $40 budget pantry stock up. So we were headed out of town and we went by Big Lots, and right next door was Dollar Tree. So we stopped in both of those places, and I have a $40 budget this week for preps. And to get things into the pantry, we just want to make sure that we're keeping it as full as possible. In these times, we don't know what's going to happen when, but stuff keeps happening. So we need to be ready for all different types of emergencies, and making sure you've got a full pantry and the supplies you need is going to help you when you can't afford them or can't find them. So let's jump in and see what we got. So from Big Lots, I spent a total of $29.76. We got a few things for the pantry. We want to just get them in there, as many as we can. And the first thing I grabbed was some Harvest Snaps, $1.79. This is a super good deal. These are usually $4 at our local Walmart, so I was happy to see them. This is one of my favorite snacks, and it's always good to have those quick open and eat things. So when you have to go out and run errands or anything like that, you don't have to buy food out, which is going to cost you a ton of money. Bringing your own snacks is great, and having stuff around the house, because it definitely saves money when you're not buying things out. That costs so much, and you can save so much money by just bringing snacks and drinks with you when you have to run errands. So we always try to do that. The next thing I found was, this was only $1. It's Vegeta, I guess is the brand, and it is creamy tomato and dill soup. It looked really good. This is great. You just add water, milk to this, whatever you want, and you've got yourself a nice little batch of soup, which is great in any type of emergency. Or if you just don't feel like cooking, you can't get a bowl of soup anywhere for $1, really. So it's a great deal to have in the pantry. We love to make sure we've got quick stuff to just add water to, or just open and eat. In emergencies, that you want to make sure you've got quick, easy foods to save you fuel and all time and all sorts of stuff. It definitely is helpful. The next thing I found, I've never seen these before. I love Bear Creek soups. So I found 3 of these little individual servings. These were $1.69 a piece, and it's cheddar potato soup. I grabbed 3 of those because who doesn't want to have quick, easy stuff? Just add water and you have got your soup all made, and you can just pour it right in the cup, which is simple and easy. Bear Creek makes super yummy soups. We love them. And the next thing I grabbed, it's another Bear Creek and more cheddar, because cheese is great. They had cheddar broccoli microwave soup mixes. These are 6 little packages in here, and they were $4.99, and you've got 6 bowls of soup in here. But you can make these on the stovetop. You do not have to do it in a microwave, or if you just boil water is what you need. So however you can boil water, even a candle, that's going to work. So another great option for single serve. It's nice to have those single ones, because if one person wants tomato and one person wants potato and another wants broccoli, you can do that in an emergency situation and keep everybody happy. So grab those individual things up, are great. They are a little bit more expensive, but they can save you money in the long run, so you're not wasting big, huge bags of soup or anything. Let's see. And the next thing, I always love to grab this when I go to Big Lots if I can find it, is 5 pounds of pink Himalayan salt for $4.99. You cannot beat that. What a great price. $1 a pound for pink salt is a super deal, because salt can get quite pricey, especially the pink salt. I've seen it up to $6 a pound in some stores. So grabbing deals when you can, making sure you have plenty of salt. Salt is a big one that you need in your pantry. You use it for tons of different things. And the next thing I grabbed was for nostalgia purposes only. I found found these little candy cigarettes. When I was a kid, I loved these things and I had to grab them. They were only 49 cents. It's nice to have a little something that makes you happy in the pantry. So these are probably going to sit there for a while, but if you need a little sugary something, they'll be there and that will work out greatly. So having a little bit of comfort food is definitely important. You don't want emergencies to be any worse than they have to be. So we like to stash little candies and small things that we find just in case when we need them, they'll be there for us. Okay, the next thing I grabbed, they had pasta for 79 cents a pound. Yay! I love getting a good deal on pasta because it can get really expensive depending on the brand. These were 79 cents. They had a bunch of different brands and the prices were all over the place. Some were almost $3 a pound and these were as low as 79 cents a pound. So I grabbed 4 of those just to make sure we have plenty of pasta in the pantry. So we eat these whole most of the time when we have spaghetti, but we do use them. You can break them down really small in place of orzo in a lot of your recipes, like your homemade rice-a-ronis and things like that. We like to put orzo in there. But if we don't have any, then you can break these down, which is great, and you can use them in a ton of different ways. It's always good. You can break it up and throw it in chicken noodle soup or anything, really. Anything you want to throw some pasta in, you can. And then they had a deal on their spices where if you buy 8 that were between $1 and $1.19, you got them for $1 a piece. So we picked up 8 different containers of spices, and I grabbed a chili powder and a garlic pepper seasoning. You want to make sure spices are a huge deal in your pantry, and they do not have to be fancy expensive spices. Buying single ingredient spices are great when you can, because then you can mix them and make your blends and save a ton of money. Sometimes the blends are really expensive. So I like to mix up a lot of our own blends at home, which saves us money and gives us a wider variety of food to eat, and really helps with food fatigue if you've got a bunch of bland foods. So I also grabbed a poultry seasoning and crushed red peppers, just basically things that I'm not growing in my garden. I don't grow pepper. I do grow garlic, but for $1, it's definitely a good deal. And these are nice big containers. This is 7.5 ounces in there, so you can't beat that really for $1. And then 2 of the black pepper, ground black pepper, because pepper is wonderful. It has great antioxidants, super good for you, and we put it on just about everything we cook. We really enjoy it. And the next thing I grabbed, I got another of the crushed red pepper and also an Italian seasoning. It's all blended up for you. It's easy to make yourself, but for $1, it's definitely worth it. You want to make sure the more spices you have, the more variety you can do with a little bit of food, which is great. You can make it a little Indian flavored or Asian flavored or just plain old American or however you want to do it. So, which is great. And I love to have lots and lots of spices in our pantry. And that is it for Big Lots. I did run into Dollar Tree and grabbed a couple of things there as well. Not too many, just a few. I think I spent $8.80 there. So it was just under $40 total. The total was $38.56 for everything I got today. And so I grabbed a couple of extra body washes for my son. Loves this one, so we like to make sure we have plenty of. You want to be clean, especially in emergency situations. You want to be extra clean because you don't want to get sick if you can't get to the doctors. Making sure that you've got your hygiene, your oral care, all that stuff covered is super important. And the next thing I grabbed, I found these because our local Dollar Tree doesn't usually carry these, but these are 2 little on-the-go little toothbrushes. These are wonderful for your emergency bags. They've got the toothpaste right on them. So all you have to do, you just need a little bit of water and you can brush your teeth, which is wonderful. And they're really small and tiny, so you can slip these into all of your emergency bags and have a toothbrush and toothpaste ready to go, and there's even 2 in each package. The next thing I grabbed is just a couple boxes of lasagna noodles. Those are getting super expensive at our local grocery stores. I don't know if there's any under $2 right now in our grocery stores, so I love grabbing them at the Dollar Tree. The Columbia brand is really good. It tastes just like any other pasta that you're buying, and we really enjoy it. So $1.25 for lasagna noodles is a great savings to get those into the pantry and make sure we have them. You could do tons of stuff. You can break them up, make like lasagna soup or something like that. You can break them up for all kinds of stuff. You can make lasagna rolls, or spinach and cheese rolls are wonderful in here as well. So many different things you can do with them, and those lasagna noodles, they just keep going up and up and up, unfortunately. And last but not least, another very important thing in your preps is I grabbed this journal. It's just a little blank journal. It's got some inspirational quotes on the top, which I thought was great. You want to have something where you can write your thoughts down, write down things you want to remember. Anything like that. In a long-term situation, you may want to write down things that go on during the day so you can look back at that, or your grandchildren can look back at that, or whatever it is that you want to use it for. A lot of times just being able to write things down and get them off your chest can be a great help for your mental health. In those emergency situations, we want to make sure we're taking care of our mental health as well. And that is it for my $40 budget stock up. We hit 2 different stores this week, and we were just under $40 at $38.56. So we got that little bit of spare change there. We just tuck it away, and next week it'll get added to the prep money. So whatever we have, we can figure out what we want to do our budget for that week. And each week we just keep rolling it on anything that's saved. And that way, if we have a little extra here, a little extra there, we can put it towards something that we can't get a really great deal on, or putting it towards more food or spices or whatever you need, really, to fill in those gaps. That little bit of extra money adds up over time, and we really like to make sure that we tuck that away so we've got it when we need it. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!